Hi, this is Garry from Next Actions. Communication within a team is one of the key contributors to success. If you don't communicate, well, you're going to achieve nothing. In this video, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the communication tool called Slack. This tool is available on the web and also has applications on all the main computer and mobile platforms. Join me now to explore this service and see how you can use it within your team. So I've now jumped onto the computer. So to go through Slack, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend I'm a brand new user and we'll go through the login process, how you join up, and then I'll quickly discuss some areas of the screen and the application that you can use. So I'm going to do this all from my computer. As I've already said, there are some really good applications out there for your smartphones, also for Windows, and I'm using Mac. My team admin, they've added me to the Slack team. What this does, it sends me an email, and in front of me here you can see that email. So what it's saying is, it's asking me if I want to join the Next Actions team on Slack, and there's a nice big join now button, so I'm going to click on that. Okay, so after clicking on that button, it's gone away and it's opened up the join screen in Slack. So first, join Slack workspace Next Actions. It's asking me for my full name. So I'm just going to call this Next Actions Info. Well, next thing, it wants a password. So let's give a password. Yes, I know this is a weak one. It's only there for demo purposes. It's okay to send me email about the Slack service. I would suggest you leave that on because they do send you some good tips. Because I'm creating this as a dummy, I'm just going to turn this off. Then I'm going to click and say create account. Okay, so it's gone through and it's now given me some details. So first thing, it wants me here, says Slack needs permission to enable desktop notifications. So I'm going to just click on that and say allow, because obviously it helps to get notifications. And here we are, we've got a welcome screen. So there's 0 to 6 to complete. So send a message to a teammate and say hello. So I've clicked on that. I'm going to select Garry, which is strange enough me, and I'm going to click go. Then it's going to ask me to send a message, so I'll just go and say send message. All well and done. Go back up to the get started, add a profile picture. I'm not going to do that now. See what people are talking about. This is talking about channels. Download the desktop app, so it's going to prompt you. In some respects, yes, I would say use the desktop app, but I personally, if I'm using Slack on my computer, I always use it through the web. I do use the apps on my phone though. Connect file management tools. Well, again, I'm just going to ignore that particular one. So I've gone through all of this get started that I wanted to do. So let's go and look at actually what is Slack. If I go here to the left hand side and I'm hovering over the word channels. So what Slack does is it breaks things up into the idea of conversation topics, which it calls a channel. So there's a general channel. This is a default one, which you get whenever you create a Slack team. Interesting reads. This is a channel I've created. We'll go into these in a minute. Random. Again, this one, it's yet another one that is there and it's created by default. Resources and tips and tricks. So I'm interested in general. I'm going to click on general. So what this does, at the top it says hash general, so that's the name of the channel. You can see how many people are a member of it. And then you've got this little bit of information. So it says this is about company-wide announcements and work-based matters. If I click on random, it says, well, this is non-work banter and water cooler conversation. So this is the stuff, it's really got nothing to do with work. It might be, what did you do at the weekend? That sort of thing. Interesting reads. This is one I've created. Well, it just says it's general. Resources. Well, I haven't added a topic for that. What I can do, I can just click edit and say, this is a general room for resources. So now people, when they go into here, can see what this is about. If I go back to the channels and then click on the channel button there, this then takes me to the ability to browse channels, so to see all the channels that are there, because not every channel is in that list that I saw at the beginning. Now I can go down here and see, oh, there's one called General Videos. Let's go and preview that. So if I click on that, that will show me what's already in that channel. And if I'm interested in it, well, I just click Join Channel. And now you can see that it's appeared over in my channel list. So if I go back to the browse all channels, so I can see I've got lots of different channel names here. So what I've now done is I've added a new channel called Test, which is just popped up. So this has been generated by another user within Slack. And what they've done is they've created it as what's called a private channel. Now, the difference between a normal channel here, which you can see has got that hash mark next to it, and the private channel Test, you can see it's got a padlock next to it. So that means it's private. That means it's not something that everybody in your Slack team can see. It's only for those that have been invited to it. So if I go and click on there, it's just like then a normal Slack channel. So I can see it's called Test. I haven't added a topic, so let's add one. So I'm going to call this Private Test Channel. And there's various other settings. I'm not going to go looking into them for you. If I click on Test, this allows me to add people to the channel. Obviously, as a member, you can add anybody else. Mute. Now this is an interesting one. If you've enabled notifications and you just get fed up of them, you can mute a particular channel so you no longer get the notifications from that channel. It's worth looking at because one of the things which really annoys me is when you've got constant bing, bing, bing from people sending messages. You don't really need to see them immediately. Mute it. Go and look at them when you want to. So I can then now go into here. I'm going to send a message to my private channel. I'm going to say, hello there. I'm going to put @channel. If I put @channel, it says it notifies everybody in this channel. So anyone in there would get a notification now. Hello there, channel. How are we all doing today? And that's sent. So that's now gone to everybody else in the channel. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back and click on General. Then I'm going to now send back from Garry to the channel. I'm going to send a response. Now why I've done this, you can now see that Test, which is the channel I've just sent the message to, has turned white and it's got the number 1 next to it. So this is letting you know that there's some new messages on that channel. So if I click on Test, what it's going to do is going to say, right, I've sent it back a message and it says hi there. Then it's got @nextactionsinfo, which is me. So you can tag specific people. And because I was tagged, that's why it generated the 1, because that's a notification to say that I've sent a message to it. So I can go back and say, doing good. And I can go and just Garry. So Garry will now get a notification to say, oh, there's been a message sent back. So that's channels very briefly. Next thing we're going to look at is search. So Slack has got an amazing search engine. So I'm going to put in here and I'm going to search for next. So it's going to go through and say, right, do you want to look at that? Do you want to look at things that have been sent from Next Actions? Do you want to search for the word next? And that searches through the entire team. So all the channels that you've got visible, that you've got access to, it will search. But what it also does is it sees, hang on, someone's attached a video in here and it's called Next Actions Intro. So it's got that word next in. So you could actually jump straight to that video and start playing it. I'm going to click on the word next. And this then shows me the interface for search. So messages, so all the messages with the word next, it's going to show up. I can look at the files. What's really good with this is its integration to various cloud file providers. I'm not going to go into the details, but once you've linked that cloud provider, any file that's within that service is automatically indexable and searchable through Slack. So if you've got a Google Drive or a Dropbox and you've got a whole load of files in there, you can actually type in the word next and it will go and it will look through everything. It's a brilliant way to search, and to be honest, it's one of the best ways to search files that I've found. So coming back to our search window, channels. So, well, there's no channels with the word next, so it gives me no results. And people, well, it's seeing that there's a person called Next Actions, but because my email address has the word next in it, it's also finding that. So it's a good way, if you know a company name you can find via email the names of people. So let's close the search window. Okay, so that's the channels. Now below this is this direct messages. It's what it says, it's a way to direct message with other people. So I'm going to click on Garry. I want to send him a direct message. So I'm going to say, "Hi Garry, how are things with you today?" So that's gone, and what I'll then do is I will go back to Slack on my other device just so I can send a message back, just so you can see when coming back. So let's go and click on the channel again just so we see it. And straight away my direct message with Garry, so Gary's now showing in white with the one to say there's a notification. So I click on Garry, well there's one new message and here it is, all is good. So we've looked at that, the channels, we've looked at sending a direct message. The next one we're going to just very quickly touch on is Slackbot. I cannot stress how important Slackbot is. So Slackbot, it's somewhere where you can type things for yourself, but it's also how you can get into the help system. It really is powerful. So if I want to find out how can I send a direct message, so I type that in, click send, Slackbot will go away and come back with some help for me. If I want to say how can I add a task to Trello, I'll cover Trello in another video, but Trello is a really good way of doing task management for your team. It's going to go away, it's going to think about it, and it comes through again, gives you some help. So I want to look at, well, I want some more information on Trello for Slack. Click on that, takes me to the right web page to give me the information that I want. So it's a very, very quick tour of Slack. I haven't covered everything. This is hopefully just enough so you can get up, get running, and start getting results from Slack. Do you see the potential in Slack? If you do, why not drop a comment below? If you liked this video, then please hit the like button. Do you know someone who'd benefit from this video? Why not share it with them now? And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button so that you can get new videos as I release them. To summarise, Slack, it's a very powerful communication tool. It can be integrated with a large number of services to bring real power to your team. Using Slack, it empowers your team and helps to free them so they can deliver awesome results. If you're struggling with setting up Slack, well, give me a call. I can help you to set it up and, if needed, create some videos to help to train your team. Isn't it time you got the results you deserve? Please reach out to me on 0415 591 672. I'm based in Australia, so please use the international dialing code +61 if calling from another country. You can also email me on garry@nextactions.com.au or visit nextactions.com.au where you'll find a link to book a free, short introductory call. Do you have any topics that you'd like me to cover? If you do, please drop a comment below and I'll add it to the list of upcoming videos. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as they come out. I'll talk to you again soon.